Kilpailussa mukana Ramirent. Kotikatsomon eväät tarjoaa Kotipizza.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour here in Helsinki, Finland. This is the first stop of the tour. We're here in Tali. This coverage is brought to you by Natural Born Disc Golfer. Thank you guys so much for sharing this footage with us here at Gatekeeper Media. And my name is Mitch. Phillips. Joining me is Hayden Riccard. We are the hosts of Parked Podcast. How are you doing, brother?
Doing great. Got some new players on this card, and I'm excited to see what they can do.
Yeah, we saw an amazing first round, but the hot round at -8 is Nieminen, sponsored by Dynamic Discs. That's
a lot of green.
Yeah. Let's go to Tuomas Autio, also shooting one back, -7, 2 bogeys. To only have 2 bogeys in the front 9 is huge.
That's really big. And then none on the back 9.
Right. Also on the card, we have Ville Ahokas. A couple more bogeys here, coming in at -6, but did get the eagle on hole 1. And rounding out our card is Tuomas Hyytiäinen at -6. Almost a completely clean round there, except for hole 5. Let's see he's going to be correcting on that. Jumping into hole 1, par 5, 709 feet. We saw a lot of eagles in round 1. I'm sure it's going to continue here. The play here is really just going to be to throw a mid-range off the tee, maybe even see a putter depending on the conditions, and get yourself into a really good position to maybe throw a forehand or a turnover backhand into the screen and start your round off with an eagle.
Yeah, and this hole is actually one of the hardest holes on the course for this round as well. It's playing as the hardest one.
We see Jesse throwing that turnover there, I believe, with a grace.
That's a good kick out to the fairway. Give him a look to get back up.
Kind of puts him in the spot that you would normally land with that putter or mid-range play, but he definitely was wanting to get a lot more out of it.
I feel like this is a hole you can get a lot of distance on if you throw it the right, throw the right direction and make sure you're confident in it, but
it's not necessarily needed.
No, it's not. And you can see here, just throwing a mid-range up the gap and getting into a good placement is really probably what you're going to see most of the round.
Yeah, that's Tuomas there, throwing a mid-range. Getting into good footing, being able to set up that second shot, looking for the eagle here on hole 1. Here we have Ville Ahokas using the entire fairway, needing that to flip. Oh, good kick there to avoid the OB left.
He still might be pinched off just a little bit, but, better than where it was ending up.
Yeah, we'll see if he has a play for eagle from where he's at there. Maybe need to lay up and just take the easy birdie. Here's Tuomas Hyytiäinen. Going with a putter play straight up the middle, knowing that he can really get a lot of power behind it. Some weird ground play there at the end, but he should be fine to be able to attack for eagle here. Just so interesting to start off your round with a hole that is quite eagleable for these players. To have a par 5 at 700 feet. You see Jesse go for the forehand again. So he definitely didn't get off the tee as far as we thought he did. He's going to be having to look for a birdie at best here.
Which is nothing bad at all. Taking a bird on this hole or even par is really well.
Similar spot there for Ville. And like we said, this is the hardest hole on the course. So getting a birdie here, even though the eagle is in play, getting a birdie is not a bad time at all.
That was a good reset there. His footing was a little bit off. Unfortunate high tree branch that kicked him a little bit down, but it kicked him in a good spot.
Yeah, he kind of had that footing that he didn't expect there as he slid pretty far left. He was kind of running uphill, but having to throw a low ceiling shot. We see a great correction here. Yeah, that's going to put him inside the circle for the eagle.
Yeah, he should have definitely a confident putt from there. Just outside circle 1, I would say.
Yeah.
Or just right on the edge.
Are there more nerves, do you think, on the first hole? You always have a little bit of nerves in the first hole with the first putt. But when your first putt is for eagle?
I think for players like us, yes. But
for amateur players
yes. That are playing on the tour, I can't speak for them. I would hope not, because they do this on a daily basis.
Right.
But you never know. It's player to player on what their nerves is actually getting to them. I think that would have made it there if it didn't hit that branch.
He should still be inside the circle there. And we've seen Jesse throw, 4 forehands in a row?
Yeah.
So definitely going to be a forehand dominant player. which is going to come into an interesting spot. I'd love to see how his backhand's going to do, or if he's going to maybe throw some turnover forehands as we continue on.
Maybe he's well-rounded. We don't know yet.
He is leading the tournament right now, so we expect him to be.
Oh, what a putt.
That thing stayed in the air forever. Great nose angle control to just continue that glide there from Ville to start off with a birdie. Let's go to the Coti Pizza slow-mo here.
I like how he starts out with his Annie coming down and then reaching out flat. That's really great.
Yeah, never breaking the wrist with the pole there.
Nope.
And just giving that great nose angle to continue all the way to the basket. Definitely outside the circle there. Stayed in his hand just a little bit longer than he expected, I think.
I think so.
Much closer of a putt here for Tuomas Hyytiäinen. Oh,
that was
just the
unfortunate.
nerves maybe.
I think so.
First putt.
I mean, we've all been there and missed those putts that you know you can connect on.
Yeah, it says lead card jitters maybe. The first hole.
You can see what kind of player he is if he's able to just disconnect from that and reset.
Yeah, we're definitely going to see it. And hole 2 is not a place really to reset. We're going to see some
it's not.
difficult shots off the tee here. So 3 birdies and a par. No one getting the eagle there. But let's jump to hole 2, Hayden.
Hole 2, we are looking at a par 4, 390 feet. Again, we got this triple mando. You want to get through and land about right here where the drone is, and then work on your up shot to the green that is a little bit protected. It's kind of tight. You see a lot of players throw mid-range putters or a faster fairway trying to bend the corner and beat it.
So we are going to see the forehand play here from Jesse. Looks like a putter.
I like it. I mean, simple, straight, and it's in that landing area I was talking about.
Yeah, definitely making the correction from our players in round 1, getting all the way to the corner. And I love playing the forehand straight play. That's a really good time. Not even trying to make the corner, but just knowing he's setting up for that second shot, which is so critical here.
And you can see Tuomas missing the mando there. I think that fought all the way through, even though he missed the mando.
Yeah, if he didn't miss the mando there, that was a phenomenal shot.
Yeah.
See Ville here, what he can do. Hoping for that ground play skip.
Just a little short.
He's going to be blocked off by these kind of tree walls here and just the stacks of logs.
The distance to get past all those trees and further out into where the landing spot is so deceiving.
Yeah, it definitely is a longer shot than it looks. You see a lot of these players wanting to go to a putter, but to throw a putter on this, you're having to put a lot of power, a lot of torque.
And you don't want to
bring
be
in
too
those
long.
variables. Yeah.
You don't want to be too long where the cameraman was standing next to that fence, because then you're cut off to the angle of the
You
hole.
can see how important placement is there.
Oh my gosh,
as we see Tuomas Autio jump putt. Similar play here as well. Weird to see jump putts on a par 4, but that's how important placement is here, and they know that. Here's Ville with probably going to be a really odd forehand turnover, trying to fight through some stuff.
Just get down before the OB.
Ooh.
It does.
Yeah, it's a great hole design to know that even on the second shot, you're just a little bit off. You're not even going to try to get to the pin.
No.
You're accepting that.
It was a little bit long, but he'll have a putt back toward the basket. I
Believe-
love seeing him throw these forehands.
Yeah, forehand putter twice.
Yeah. Maybe it's just his play on these first couple holes that are tough in between the woods.
Mhm.
We'll see.
We talked about it a lot in round 1, the importance of touch on these greens. And if you're
Sit
going to be
down.
throwing forehand putters into these greens, I mean, you can't really throw a much more touchy shot than that.
No. Little A3 throw to get around the corner and just
Sit
sit up
down.
next to the basket.
Yep. We'll have Jesse here, only one on the green for birdie. Great putt there from Ville. Yes.
He's hitting these nice putts. We saw another player from round 1 in that same similar spot.
Oh, we have a double slow-mo. Here we go.
Yeah.
Coti Pizza slow-mo, 2 in a row for Mr. Ville.
He's feeling it today.
And to go to a straddle here from a similar distance, but he's with his putting style, he doesn't really affect his stroke much.
Nope. Does not. And that's a good birdie putt from Jesse.
2 through 2 is hot.
It's not over yet, though. This course is very demanding of a lot of versatile shots that you got to have in the bag, and you will see that come out today. To get par on here and 2 pars on the first 2 holes, it's honestly not bad, but I know you're going to want more, but it's better than getting a red strike on your card.
Yeah, you're not losing many strokes there, but at the same time, you have a chance for an eagle on hole 1 and to walk away with the par. You're frustrated, but let's jump into hole 3. Getting par here feels really good. 574 feet. You really have 2 lines off the tee, but you're going to see a lot of players go on this left side of the fairway and really work their way to land about here and kind of a turnover to flip up fairway driver shot. But to even get in position, get through the gap is really all you're asking for here. We may even see some players go for the mid-range play to make sure they're going to hit the gap. But again, we're going to see Jesse go through the forehand.
I thought that got through.
Yeah, he was trying to go on that right side turnover.
One last tree that he had to miss, and that was getting some distance. But he ended up in the fairway, the gap kind of, and I think he'll have a look to get back and up and down. Still long distance, though.
We have Ville. Oh, yes.
Right at the cameraman. That is perfect.
Absolute perfection.
I think that was
there
the first
from Ville.
person we've seen all in both rounds get out so far.
Yeah, really using the entire fairway there, that flip up late turning.
That got a good kick, I think. Yeah. Yeah. They got a really good kick.
There's Tuomas Autio. Similar fairway driver play.
You need a little bit more turn.
Not too bad of a kick, though. He'll be able to attack the green from there.
Best kicks we've seen so far.
Yeah, in round 1, we saw...
They were brutal.
Yeah, Nico just absolutely struggling to go hyzer over the top and multiple shots in this hole. So thankfully, we have all our players somewhat in the fairway. And the question comes into my mind here, are we going to see Jesse Nieminen throw a forehand or throw a backhand?
I don't know.
To commit to a forehand turning shot
I think you're going to have to on some of the back holes on the front 9. But we'll see how he attacks. I mean, if he's comfortable with going forehand on every hole, hey, play with what you know.
Power to you.
I think he missed his line that he was trying to go through, and he overturned and overcorrected.
Yeah, you can see the frustration there. But still, getting par here is not a bad thing. He'll definitely have a pretty easy layup there for par. Here's Tuomas just checking his reach back, making sure he has a good, clean pull. Yeah, to be able to throw a hyzer putter, hitting the metal.
The metal.
And that's going to be a great look for birdie here on hole 3.
I think he's confident in that putt.
You wouldn't be on lead card if you're not confident in that putt.
Going a little long, but nothing wrong with that. Got clean through. We'll have the look.
And on each hole, these greens just offer so many different variables, whether it be a death putt behind, whether it be left-right slope. But the importance is going to be if you can find that spot, and through the practice rounds these guys have played, to find the spot where you are level with the basket is just a whole nother just extension of difficulty on this course. Because if not, you're going to find yourself putting uphill the entire time or putting downhill the whole time. But to be able to be level with the basket is going to be such a big thing. Even though we have Ville here a little bit long.
This looks level, but it's not.
Still going a little bit downhill. Yeah. But this man's on fire with the putter.
Cannot be stopped yet.
3 in a row here for Mr. Ahokas.
He's putting a charge, trying to catch up to Jesse. Nothing wrong with that par, but is leaving a stroke on the card.
I still can't believe he went forehand off the tee and then forehand up shot with a hole that's moving right to left the entire way.
Hey, he's confident in it, and that's what he's going to do.
Yeah, it's an amazing touch to be able to have.
I would not do it.
You don't have the touch, says
no,
the
I don't.
leader here at Tolly. Let's jump over to hole 4.
Hole 4, par 3, 358 feet. You're going to see a lot of players from round 1 do this, from round 2 do the same thing as players from round 1. Big Sky Anheuser. I think you would see Jesse do the forehand as well. I think this is going to play where we see that forehand.
Yeah, kind of the lower play maybe, but the death putt definitely coming into play
It's
here.
still there.
Speed control is so important on this hole. Getting first available there, that is just absolutely unlucky.
He had a good kick down, though. There's that Sky
Huge Sky
Anheuser.
Anheuser, yeah. Needs that to flex out for sure.
Somewhere long. Nope, not too bad. That's pin high.
Yep.
He'll have a look for the birdie. And like I said, here's the forehand. This will be the first forehand on this hole.
Still going over the top with the forehand. Really displaying that power. Maybe a
think
little
he
short right, I
yeah.
believe. Yeah, you can see the frustration.
You got to have a lot of power to get over those trees with a forehand.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's doing a flex line with the A3.
Yeah, you kind of disc down there. Oh.
To have the torque to pull an A3 and go that far.
Mm-hmm. Here's Ville. Maybe having to go to the right side flex a little bit.
I think it hit a little bit of branch and kicked him short right.
Mm-hmm. He'll have a look from there, maybe to save the par, but if he hits any kind of metal, he's rolling very, very far.
Yeah, I think it most likely is going to be a bogey for him. Because that is a long putt shot from there to save par. Yeah, you can see he's just trying to put it up close and get the par and move on to the next one. Yeah. Nobody wants to mess with this green.
Oh,
That's a good
yes.
putt.
What a freaking birdie from Hyytiäinen there.
It pays off when you play that big air shot.
Yeah, when you can be on the other side of the basket, not having the death putt in question, be able to really run that putt. It's definitely optimal.
I'd rather have an uphill putt than a downhill putt.
Completely.
And Ville taking the only bogey.
After going 3 for 3, picks up the bogey. Let's jump to hole 5, another par 4 here at 525 feet. You're going to see a lot of players throw a backhand hyzer if you're right-handed. Interested to see what Jesse's going to do here, but you want to land really in this hard-packed dirt, maybe a little bit past this brush, and that's really going to set up your footing well to throw this turnover shot into the green or maybe a forehand. Turnover seems to land a little bit softer. You're just kind of matching the angle instead of skipping down the hill. We'll see what these players are going to do. I'm interested to see if we see Jesse go for a backhand. To throw a forehand down this gap is pretty nuts. Oh, wow.
Get around that bush. Yeah.
It's going to be a weird upshot there for Hyytiäinen.
I'd rather be around on that right side of the bush than stuck behind it.
Oh, for sure, any day. Does go for the backhand here. Great touch. That looks perfect.
I think the man can do anything.
And we know he can throw a forehand beautifully. To put him up there for
I really like
the
this
birdie.
hole. It's very it's simple.
It's a 2-shot par 5.
Yep.
You know it is under 600 feet.
Yeah.
Or par 4, but it really is displaying your touch. It's displaying your speed control. And from us here in America, that's not something that you have on a lot of holes. You either need to have speed or you need to have control. But on this course, almost every hole, it's important either on the drive or on the approach where you have to have speed and control.
Yeah.
Just a totally different course design.
I love it though. It throws into a different mentality of how you approach these holes and how you're going to score the best you can.
And really with the drivers, I think it also makes players throw not as overstable discs because they do not want the skip.
Yeah.
On the Disc Golf Pro Tour, you have all these guys throwing spike hyzers on every single hole if they can, where you have the flip up, the turnovers, the mid-ranges really coming out.
That's a beautiful shot with an H1 there. Full flex line. And those are very stable disc, and it must be beat in.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what elevation we're at here. Maybe those understable or the overstable discs are flying a little bit different. As we see him just ask for it to be out of bounds.
Yep.
Oh,
And that's what we're talking about. That OB comes in close, and so the touch and the angle that you put your disc on is very important.
Oh, getting a little mountain bike trail there. Skip up to circle's edge there for Yessi. Yeah, Tuomas, after getting a great turnaround there up past the bush, sits. Oh, sit down. Okay, he'll be all right. He'll be all
I
right.
thought that was going to continue to roll.
I thought he was going to be underneath a tree and have no putt. Here we have Ville Ahokas.
Well, his meter gave him a little bit better footing.
For sure. Yeah, it seemed on the upshot there he just didn't give it enough turn.
Go in.
From that
first cam, that looked like it was going in.
Give us a highlight here. Yes,
Good
Tuomas.
putt.
Let's go.
Look at the reaction. You know it.
Let's go to the Coti Pizza slow-mo. Coming low with that putter.
Putting with the P3s. Good
Perfect
catch
amount
by
of
the
fade.
basket. Yeah.
You can see he was definitely not expecting that to catch on his reaction there, but that's a great recovery after an unfortunate drive.
Still celebrating.
Yeah, a big putting the entire card.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely feels good. Yessi from just outside circle 1. Oh.
Just a little bit left. Had an interesting step putt there.
Maybe a bit rushed there, Hyytiäinen. The pressure's definitely there after you watch someone just bang a putt from, mid-circle 2. The pressure definitely sets in.
It definitely puts in some pressure. I felt it before. No one wants to be big putted.
No, especially on a sloped green like that when you're chasing down the leader. Yes, he finding a couple pars here in a row.
He still got the lead. But I know he wants to push a little bit more. Moving on to hole 6, par 3, 417 feet. This hole, you just want to stay clean again. Don't want to go too far off the fairway. You're going to see a lot of turnover shots to get the distance, and you're going to see a big protected green here. This is really tough. You're going to see touch shots trying to get up and lay up. I mean, you're really going to want to be in that distance that you're comfortable with and try to stick the landing.
Yeah, even a mid-range here to play for par, to make a stress-free par, is not a bad play. But you're going to see a lot of players...
And it's a par 3.
Right. Being a par 3, you're going to see a lot of players try to throw that left to right moving shot because he catches a late tree there.
And now if this was an open hole, it'd be a lot different, but they can't rip on something to get the max distance. It's really touchy. As you can see here, if you pull too much over, you're going to be leaking over towards the OB.
Does he find the out of bounds?
He's OB.
And even with his meter off there, it's going to be an interesting
I kind of like
shape.
this play with the forehand.
Yeah, it lets you kind of use the right to left shot.
Throwing a
maybe
grace
stand
there?
up. Yeah, he's throwing the grace. Just a little bit too much turn. There is OB there on the right as well.
Yeah, he's OB. That kicked
Nope.
so...
He finds safe.
That kicked really hard. I thought it was going OB.
There's
This
the line
looks
you're looking for.
Like
Hold.
Really good shot. Skip.
Oh,
Yes.
my goodness, Ville.
Says I'm coming back after those 2 bogeys.
We get a slow-mo here with a nice line.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
What a beautiful shot. I mean, we said it in the whole preview here. It needs that left to right, just using the entire fairway shot. Absolutely gorgeous.
Some awkward footing here.
Hold over there.
I think that's really well.
Maybe a
Just
bit
needs to
short right.
sit. It almost looked like it was pin high, but from where he was, that's a great shot.
Did you see Yessi just get caught up in the grass there?
I think he couldn't get above that grass the way his footing was. Got to look here for the par.
Ooh, just a bit left. Scary putt to run there. He's going to pick up his first bogey of the front 9. Kind of opening the door for those chasing him. It is moving day. We're mid-round 2. So the pressure starts to set in if your name's on the top of the card. Oh.
I think that tree
Tuomas.
came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was definitely in his line. That's where being a straddle putter is a good thing.
Good putt.
Yeah, and he knows he's getting a stroke there on Yessi.
Mm-hmm. What a great birdie.
Yeah, I'm just speechless. I mean, that nice line we saw there was absolutely perfect. Picking up 2 on the leader.
Unfortunate double bogey, but this hole can do that to you.
Yeah, being that
I think
it's a
all
par
these
3,
holes can do that
being
to
at a
you.
par 3 that's over 400 feet with out of bounds. I mean, it's, gosh.
And it's locked in by trees.
Mm-hmm. This property is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
These are temporary baskets, so this format changes often. But if I'm ever in Finland, I'm definitely going to hit up here, hoping that it's in a similar layout. Here at hole 7, par 3, 371 feet. This hole is really just take whatever you can throw the straightest and control all the way down the fairway, and you're going to want to throw that. There is some woods there on the left if you fade out a little bit too early. There's OB behind as well. We saw some of our players struggle and try to move too much left to right in round 1, so let's see some corrections here.
Get a little bit of turn. Get a little bit of turn.
Really a similar tee shot from what you just played on hole 6.
Yeah.
Just that kind of left to right moving shot, very straight. Yeah, there's the wrong
I
shot
think
there.
that's the overcorrection.
That's the mistake.
Mm-hmm. Not a bad mistake, though. He's in the fairway.
Yeah, cut really in the middle of the fairway is never a bad thing. This man's forehand touch. Please make it through. Oh,
That was.
I thought it helped him.
Did you see that late kick? Oh, no. Hopefully you can get out from there. This has got to turn, and
Maybe you'll find similar. Oh, that's definitely not the kick you want.
that is out of bounds. I
And
did not
finds the
know that
OB.
was over there.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if he did either. Definitely unexpected to land all the way there on the left. What a great shape there on the approach.
Yeah, that's perfect.
You just can't say it enough. The type of play on these approaches is so different from here in the States. And watching this really makes me want to go out to the field and, place a bag down, place a target down, and really get used to throwing softer landing approaches. Going Spike Geyser?
I think it's the only thing he had besides pitching out. And that just... Okay, that was nice.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. I think that's all he had, but, that was perfection. For it to sit, too,
Mm-hmm.
and not roll.
What a cute little
You
rabbit.
see the little wildlife on the property.
What kind of rabbit is that, Hayden?
There's a cottontail.
Thank you. And you'll learn this over the months of commentary here on this Finnish Pro
If
Tour.
there's any wildlife, I'll inform you.
Hayden will know the wildlife. He'll know the trees. Speaking of this trees, what an interesting lie he finds there.
That
I guess
is
he's needing to throw the
unfortunate.
same disc again. Yeah,
At least he can stand behind it. Make this putt.
to save the par.
Just off the band.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the first unfortunate putt we've seen from him.
Yeah, Ville's found a couple bogeys, but it's not because of putting. I'll tell you that. It's a good bogey save, honestly, after going OB off the drive on the left side there for Hyytiäinen.
I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
The fact for it to not roll back into another OB stroke on the angle that he had, or that disc was coming in at. And you see Jesse's a little bit frustrated with how he was playing that hole, but he's
Two bogeys in a row.
He's got plenty of holes to come back.
We're going to have a 3-way tie at the top here on this card. Make for an exciting rest of this front 9 and definitely an exciting back 9.
Yes, it will. Moving into hole 8, par 3, 292 feet. And this one, you really just want to hit your gap. It's straight up the fairway. You're going to want to throw either putter, mid-range. I'm interested to see what Jesse does.
Probably go that forehand putter he's been throwing.
Yeah.
Especially with the backstop there on the right.
You just got to watch. The backstop really does save you, but, I mean, you got to watch how fast that disc is coming in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this hard-packed dirt kind of covers the entire course, and it definitely wants your disc to skip.
This looks great.
Ville saying a little prayer, hitting the metal. Oh! I love those shots back to the tee to be able to see the reaction here.
I think they're playing this one perfect. Yeah.
Wow.
That soft landing is exactly what you need.
Yeah, it is. I cannot say it enough. I'll probably say it on every hole.
Yeah.
It is absurd to see the touch. Finding the triple kick.
Not OB. He's frustrated. I think that comes. I mean, this course, I think that's a backhand hole all day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely.
You could probably get away with it.
We talked about after the first couple holes. It's like, is that lack of maybe a backhand touch going to bite him? And it definitely seems like it.
I mean, this hole is playing just over par. So, I mean, it's relatively easy. But
yeah, to be
still
playing over par at 292 feet.
Mm-hmm. It's tough.
Just creating something out of nothing there.
Gets the
Great
roll.
upshot.
Sit.
Don't do it. Oh, it's like, are we going to see it jump over? I mean, his putters do say forward on them. So they got some torque, they got some speed.
We've seen those before, though.
The forward?
No. The putter roll over the backdrop.
Oh, yeah, see.
And the roll.
Gonna look for bogey.
Oh
Some
my
weird
gosh.
footing. He's had that back foot kind of behind the stump.
I think the nerves are really getting to these guys.
They're
And
not getting to
Tuomas.
Tuomas here. Yes. Yes.
I mean, he took 2 strokes on the card. Right there.
Mm-hmm. Ville finding his footing again after the tough middle 9. Definitely coming back here to round out.
3 bogeys in a row for Jesse. Do you think he comes back in the back 9?
He's going to have to. He's already given up a lot of strokes after playing a clean couple holes. We're going to see that back 9 doesn't necessarily get easier for the forehand. But let's round out this front 9 here on hole 9, par 3, 236 feet. Definitely a forehand-friendly hole. We did see a lot of players go for the kind of turnover flex line, trying to get that speed control with a forehand through the middle gap, but it can bite you as well. If you're off by a foot, you're hitting that tree and dropping 10, 15 feet off the tee. But the death putt, again, coming into play with the elevation on this course.
I think if you hit this with a high-speed driver, it's going to kick up and roll.
That's an interesting line there. You can see he's set himself up. That's perfect. He sets himself up on the right side of the tee pad so that he opens up that gap even more. So that's something definitely to be thinking about. You can see he's even further back on the tee pad. That's going to be maybe a little short.
Still got a putt, though.
Yeah.
Compared to our first round, they were sawed-off forehands.
Yeah, if you're going to go wide, you really
Gotta
have
have
to go
power.
more of a spike the entire way. Maybe a little forward roll for him. Or a sideways there.
Still going to have a look for the birdie.
Very death putty.
Opting for the higher speed disc. Going for a spike.
He's going to really have to dig. Oh, yeah.
It did. caught the only spot maybe that it was a little bit less compact and just dug.
Yesy to right the ship.
He knows it's short.
Sit.
Oh,
sit. No. Worst
sit,
case, sit.
Sit. And that
Don't
goes,
go out of bounds.
That goes OB. Come back in. Come back in.
Oh.
He was doing so good.
Dang. After picking up 2 strokes on the
And
leader.
that's what this hole can do to you.
Yep.
And I'm not running this. I'm laying up.
He's running the heck out of it.
I know he is, but for me, I'd lay up or give it a half bid. That's the worst case scenario there for Tuomas.
Mm-hmm. But the best case scenario for our other 2 of us.
Yeah.
Finding the birdie. Yeah, after we've been talking about Yessi, but Tuomas Hyytiäinen definitely struggling these past couple holes. Riding the ship, getting back almost to even on the front 9. Taking his time there, knowing he needs to just get a par. Stop the bleeding. And Autio still in good spirits here, even though he's taking the bogey.
Still a good
double
front 9.
bogey.
Yeah. Because he went OB.
Coming back to even.
Hey, he's in good spirits.
Yeah.
That's what you need. And then move on to the back 9.
Definitely some up and down rounds here. We saw some streaks of some not so great things, some streaks of some great things. So we're going to see how this back 9 is going to play out. But I'm excited to watch Ville's putt continue. That's been a thing of beauty to watch.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. He's hitting pole every time.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing wrong with the stroke. Just got an unfortunate OB on a couple, but he's going to be able to do it, I think.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how these players right the ship on this back 9. Go ahead and like and subscribe this video if you want more coverage here of the Prodigy Disc Pro Tour. My name is Mitch. Joining me has been Hayden. We are the hosts of Parked Podcast, and we will see you on the back 9 here at round 2 in Tali.